go have fun with your friends and go to the movies and, other things like that. I think you just obviously need to be mindful of, how often are you getting fed, avocado toast or coffee and stuff, or how often are you going out and doing some of these things, which is why, I think like having a budget or having like an app where you can track that, I think helps, because then you can kind of, like back in the day, you used to have to balance a checkbook. I think it's helpful to see, like, oh, this is how much I'm taking out versus bringing in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're still doing the balancing of the checkbook without actually like physically balancing a checkbook. You're like still putting in the effort.
Okay. Any other tips on how to save money? What are we spending money on that we shouldn't be spending money on?
Well, I don't know. First, kind of like I mentioned before in the 3 biggest mistakes, pay yourself first. Like, even if it's a small amount, just select an amount. Even if it's $10 a month, have it so it's automated, so it comes out of like either your paycheck or your, out of your checking account into savings or an investment account or something every month at the same time of the month. Do that for a couple months with like a small amount. Once you've done it a couple of months and you don't miss, then up it a little bit and then just kind of keep doing that as you, because I think a lot of people will try to be like, oh, I need to start with like $100 a month or something, but then they miss a month or, well, I can only do 50. And then, I think you kind of have to start small and then just slowly, progressively increase it so you get used to that.
And I think it's true because you don't miss $10. You think you might, but you really won't miss $10. And that doesn't sound like much, but when you start, if you're really young, that compound interest. How do people get a hold of you if you want to like talk to you? You're a certified financial planner. How do people get a hold of you? Is there a website?
Yep. So our website is Embark, EMBARK, Riverdale.com. We're also on Facebook, Raymond James Riverdale. Otherwise, I've got, my email is just Danielle.Anderson@RaymondJames.com.
Okay. And if you miss any of this, then let me know. Send me a text and I will send that over to you.
Yeah. Danielle,
thank you is financial planning only for people who are making like, $80K and more, or is financial planning for like, $45K? What's the benchmark, would you say, for a financial planner?
Honestly, anyone can have a financial planner. It's just, it kind of just depends. 'Cause I have clients, where it's, they're in their early 20s. They just got out of college and they're like, I don't know what I'm doing. I need help. And then, of course, I've got people who they're retired. They're, 70, 80 years old, and they're just kind of, taking what they need from their IRAs and living life.
Okay. So it kind of like all over the board. Danielle, thank you so much. I really appreciate the time. And hopefully we, definitely learned something on that one. I think one of my biggest things is save something every month.
Yeah.
Even if you think you can't afford it, you can afford a little bit.
Every paycheck if you can.
Yeah.
Even if it's just a little percentage.
Thank you, Danielle.
Yeah. Yes, you're welcome.
Appreciate that. If you missed any of the contact information, let me know. Be glad to get that for you.
The Dave Ryan Show, 101.3 KDWB.
There is a bunch of good dirt today, including Denzel Washington talking about how he went to a Diddy party, saw what was going on, and basically stormed out and has never been back. He's one of the few Hollywood stars that have admitted that they've been to a Diddy party. But, of course, there's not going to be a lot of Hollywood stars that admit that they were involved in a Hollywood party or a Diddy party. Your keyword for this hour, not this hour, but this time is nonsense. Make sure you text in that word nonsense for your shot at Sabrina Carpenter tickets. Do it now at KDWB1 53921. That is this hour's keyword. And good luck. Travis Kelce's turning 35 this Saturday. His birthday party is going to coincide with him hosting an annual charity event, the Kelce Car Jam. People have wondered, well, wait a second, why has Taylor not shown up at some of his road games? Because last year, she was at his road games and his home games. There's a reason for it. She's busy. She's getting ready to relaunch the Eras Tour in Miami, number one. And number two, the security at Arrowhead Stadium, they're familiar with how to handle her and how to keep her safe. But if she goes to somewhere like, I don't know, another stadium in Miami or something like that, it's just kind of a mishmash of disorganization. And there are a lot of security threats against Taylor Swift. So
yeah, I think she did travel for some away games last year, though, because I'm almost positive she was at the Packer game last year when Kansas City played the Packers.
I think so. And maybe she's learned that, you know what, hey, it's better just to stay. But of course, there's the rumors that they're not really as tight as they used to be. and that could be 2.
Ooh.
Who knows? A couple of things to let you know. We're going to do War of the Roses in a second, where she's going through his pictures and she finds a picture of him with something that is like, what the hell is this? We'll get to the bottom of that on War of the Roses. And then if you heard the Gigolo mom on the show yesterday, woman named Deanna called in. She said, my son might be a gigolo. He lives in Las Vegas. He's got more money than he should have. He's got a new BMW. He's got a new Apple Watch. He's got a new iPhone. He's cut his hair. He's well-groomed. He dresses nice. He never answers his phone until 2 in the afternoon. And a friend of hers said, well, he could be a gigolo. And she's like, oh, my God, are you serious? So she actually Googled, signed somebody as a gigolo, and he checked a lot of the boxes. So we're talking to her yesterday, and we're kind of laughing about it a little bit. And then I said, well, let's call him as a potential client. So yesterday afternoon, we recorded, because he ain't up right now. In Vegas right now, it's 5:35 in the morning.
Oof.
So we had Jenny call him yesterday as a potential client.
Mm-hmm.
And you will hear that phone call at what time? Right after War of the Roses?
Yeah.
Okay.
Around like 7:50, 7:55.
Right. It's coming up. If you missed it yesterday, we'll recap with Danielle, or I'm not Danielle. Deanna coming up. Right now, let's get in War of the Roses on KDWB. Brought to you by Ovo LASIK and Lens. Let's get started.
You think we'd really offer you free flowers? In this economy, it's time for War of the Roses on KDWB.
It's like you've never heard before. And we've heard a lot
You've said that
on
before.
War of the Roses. What?
Do you promise? I feel like you've said that before.
I can promise you in probably 20 years or more of doing War of the Roses, we've never had one like this.
Okay.
Let's talk to Taylor and get the whole scoop and find out what's going on and why you think your boyfriend, Thomas, do you call him Tom or do you call him Thomas?
Call him Tom.
Okay. What did he do? What did you find that makes you want to figure out whether he's cheating? What's up, Taylor?
All right. So I was just on his iPad and not creeping. I was looking for pictures of our Disney trip, and what I saw on his iPad was a picture of him sitting on our couch wearing a.
Okay.
Oh.
Now, let's talk about this a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, this is probably a thing with some people.
Mm-hmm.
It is definitely not a thing for most people, but it is usually like a sexual kind of a thing.
Yeah, I think people have certain kind of fetishes, so I would
Okay.
assume that's kind of what it is.
Now, I have a question here. Because we're going to bleep out that word that she just said. Where can I go if I listen to the show and I want to find out what that word is? Should we put a picture or the word on Instagram?
Yeah, we can post it up on our Instagram. You'll be able to see it there. I can put it on DaveRyanShow.com. It's just going to be a picture of what it is. It's not something. I feel like it's not super NSFW.
No, it's not.
Right?
But
Like,
in
it's-
context of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so how about we put it on our Instagram story?
Okay.
Okay. So we'll put that word on the Instagram story. So anyway, so you see the picture of him wearing this. Was there more than one picture?
There was a few, yeah. I was pretty surprised to see that there was quite a few, actually.
What are the pictures like? I mean, was it like him just laying there on the floor or what?
No, so some of them he was like sitting on the couch, and then he was on the floor, almost like leaning up against the couch, like with his feet out in front of him.
Okay.
And then like some of the other ones I saw, he was like laying flat on the floor, but had like the camera almost at this angle where it was looking down on him, which I thought was a really weird choice. But I'm just so uncomfortable and creeped out by this whole thing. I understand that some people's, kink or whatever, but me finding out like this is just so weird.
Yeah. Okay. Now, not to be judgy about anybody's, things, as long as they're safe and harmless or whatever.
And legal.
And legal. So you asked him about it. Unlike a lot of people on War of the Roses, they don't ask. They just call us.
Yeah.
And ask us to trap them. So you asked Tom about this, and what did he say?
Well, here's the thing. I just came out and told him exactly what I found. and I was expecting there to be a bigger conversation. But all he said is he just admitted that this was a thing for him. This was something that he liked to do in his private time. And yeah, I don't really know this guy at this point. Like, I can't believe I was just looking at photos of us at Disney wearing Mickey Mouse ears in front of Cinderella's castle. And then the next few pictures after that are him sitting in a...
Okay, but what was his? I mean, if I found that, if Susan found that of me, let's put it this way: if Jenny found that of Andrew, you would ask him about it. What did Tom say about this? That's just his thing, and that he's into that, and he was embarrassed to let you know.
Yeah, and here's the other part that I'm having a problem with is all of the camera angles were extremely up close and personal. So I actually had to ask him who took all of these pictures.
That was my next question. Who took these pictures?
He actually told me he set his timer. And you know what? I do not believe him in the slightest. There is no possible way that he set his timer, readjusted all of these angles, and made himself look like that. It's not possible.
What do you think he took the pictures for then? I mean, it's like, okay, you take the pictures. Are you sending them to somebody who shares this desire? I think if I were going to defend Tom, I would say well, there was no woman, there was no guy in the photos. So it really seemed like it was just him.
Yeah, I mean, it was just him in the photos, but, the way he was posing, it felt like he was almost presenting himself to someone else. That's why I really don't believe him when he says that he just took these photos on a timer. Something about this just does not make any sense to me. I cannot understand that this is a side of him that I never knew, and that this is how I had to find out. I almost feel like at this point I would have known already.
Yeah, and I feel like also, even if he is doing the whole setting the timer thing, it feels as though he is sending those photos to someone else. So even if nobody's there taking the photos for him, he's probably doing them for someone else on top of for himself, because he said it's his thing.
Yeah.
So very fishy no matter what.
Exactly. I don't believe him at all. This is just stinky, and I just really want to figure out what's going on.
Okay, well, we can help you with that. We can call him and set a trap and see who he wants to send roses to. And, I mean, it sounds like if you, share his iPad or win his iPad and go to Disney World together, he probably should choose you to send roses to. But when somebody has a chance to send roses and they're free and they're not going to show up on a credit card and they're not going to be, suspicious, then that's when guys slip up all the time and say, oh, well, I'm going to choose this other person. So prepare yourself, because we're going to call him and set a trap and see who he wants to send roses to, hopefully to you. But if not, maybe we'll get to the bottom of the whole picture scandal, okay?
All right, sounds good.
Time stood still.
they cheating? Let's find out. Part 2 of War of the Roses starts right now on KDWB.
Following up with War of the Roses, in case you missed it, she's going through his, it was like an iPad or their photos that are shared, whatever. She's looking for Disney pictures, and she sees a picture or a series of pictures of him with something. Now, if you go and what is it, it's kind of like a little spicy to say on the radio, but you can go on our Instagram stories, Dave Ryan Show, and you can see what he is in the photo with. Or if you don't do social media, you can go to DaveRyanShow.com, and it's right there on the main page on DaveRyanShow.com. In case you are curious, and maybe you figured it out on your own. Some people, I think, have. So who took the pictures, though? That's the big question. Not only was she surprised that he's into this, but who took these pictures? And he's like, I took them myself. And she's like, no, you didn't. Who were you with that took these pictures? So we're going to call. We're going to set a trap and see if he sends roses to someone else. Maybe he will. Maybe he won't. Let's make that phone call right now on KDWB.
Thanks for taking the time to do that with me today, Tom. Like I said, I do have a dozen red roses to send out to whoever you'd like. So what I need from you is the name of who you want to send the roses to.
Yeah, I'd like to send them to Jennifer.
Okay, got it. And then we always attach a card with the flowers, so you can write a note on it. Do you want to put something on that note for Jennifer?
Yeah, I do. Could you put Mama?
Mama, okay. Like M-A-M-A?
Yeah, Mama.
Okay.
And you put Mama, I've been a good boy.
Who are they?
Love Tommy.
Oh.
So many questions have just been answered. Oh, my gosh. You know, you talk about digging yourself into a hole on War of the Roses. Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, let me kind of help you out here, understand what's going on. Thomas or Tom or Tommy.
I was going to say, I think he goes by Tommy.
Tommy. You have been hoodwinked. You've been trapped. You've been bamboozled. We wanted to see who you would send roses to. And when I say we, that means KDWB and the Dave Ryan Show. We called you at the request of your girlfriend, Taylor, to find out who you would send roses to.
Well,
Wait,
this makes no, Tom. You don't get to speak about this. Actually, in fact, we should just call you Tommy because you're clearly that baby from Rugrats.
What? I'm sorry. You called me on the radio to what? To out yourself and
let me help you understand a little bit, Tom. She found the pictures of you that she showed you a few days ago, and you said, well, that's just kind of a thing that I have, a little kink that I have. And she's like, well, okay, that's one thing, but who took these pictures? And you would claim, remember, you claimed that you took them yourself.
Well, look, I'm not ashamed, okay? You know what? Honestly, I'm not ashamed at all because, you're boring in bed. You were absolutely boring. You never want to try anything exciting.
Wow, what is it? What do you define?
That's your comeback. So you're saying that you are seeing Jennifer because Taylor is boring in bed.
Yeah, you know what? Cards out on the table. That's exactly what's happening. I just feel like I couldn't be myself, and Jennifer allows me to do that.
So if you would have brought this up to Taylor would have said, you're disgusting and no, and I don't want to. But with somebody like Jennifer, she's more accepting.
That's exactly what's up. And I guess I'm just a little, not embarrassed, but just confused by why you would call a radio station and try to just, embarrass me.
So I just have one question. Do you poop in your...
Jeez. Okay. What do you think? Okay, everybody's got, not everybody, but people have got their own little things and don't judge. I don't think that's the problem. I think the problem is what he basically sent the roses to Mama.
Mm-hmm. Whoever Mama is.
Well, we found out her name, but there's something going on there. What do you think? We got a bunch of text messages. Oh, Thomas, you nasty. A lot of people guess what it is. If you don't know what it is, I mean, it's pretty obvious now. But if you want to see the actual photo of what it's an artist depiction of what it is, then go to Dave Ryan Show on Instagram.
Or you can go to the website, daveryanshow.com, if you want to just go there. I like this text that says, Tommy, in fact, has not been a good boy.
Not been a good boy.
No, he has not.
Okay, so that is War of the Roses for this week on KDWB. We got to follow up with something that we talked about yesterday. So let's get right into it after we give you the keyword for Sabrina Carpenter, okay? This keyword is taste, T-A-S-T-E, taste. And send that in to KDWB 153921 for your chance to win Sabrina Carpenter tickets from KDWB. Yesterday, we talked to Deanna, and Deanna was the mom whose son moved to Las Vegas. He's been there a few years. He's 23, very handsome, and now he's got a lot of money. And we said, well, he must be a drug dealer. And she said, no, that's not even a possibility because he hates drugs. He's always hated drugs. And his best friend OD'd when he was 18. So that's not, we said gigolo. Well, your friend was the one that brought it up first.
Yeah, it was her idea.
And then you Googled all the things. Tell me again, for people who didn't hear it yesterday, your son's hot. He's 23. He's been grooming, dressing better. And he's made purchases that we think are gifts from somebody who is paying him to be a gigolo. What purchases does he have?
Yeah, something's completely different. He doesn't have the money for these kinds of items. Oh, he has a brand new iPhone, and then he also has an Apple Watch, and it's kind of hard to believe because it's a nicer car than mine, but he has a BMW 2 Series, and it's just so out of the ordinary that he has all these things, and his lifestyle just seems kind of different. So
you gave us permission to do a little sting operation. To find out whether...
I didn't even think about doing that. This has got even better.
So it is now Thursday morning, but we got his phone number yesterday, and we did call him yesterday afternoon to have Jenny kind of act like a potential client to see whether he would bite or not. Would you be interested in hearing a replay of that phone call?
I got myself into a situation.
I got it.
Yeah, I think I would. I'm really curious how he's getting this money. He's not asking me for it.
All right, here's the phone call from Jenny posing as a potential client to your son.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, is this...
Yeah. Who's this?
Hey, my name's Kristen. Sorry, I'm just like a little bit nervous right now. How are you?
I'm good, Kristen. How are you?
Good. So I'm just calling because I had a friend give me your phone number, and she was recently out in Vegas, and she just mentioned spending some time with you, and it sounded pretty interesting to me. And so I'm just kind of curious, what one would do to have a night filled with your companionship.
Yeah, no, great. I think I know what you're calling for, and I'd like to, help you out. So there's a couple different things we can do. There's an option where you come into town, I take you around to restaurants, clubs, bars, shows, whatever you want to do in Vegas. And we just sort of spend like an evening together, and I'm showing you around town. That would be expenses are on you, and you pay me $1,000. And then there is, of course, the overnight option, which includes more expensive companionship, and we're together for a longer period of time. And then still expenses are yours, but then you'll pay me $3,000 for the overnight. And we do whatever you want to do, as much or as little as you're feeling.
Okay. Thank you. That's a lot of information I got to take in. I was thinking probably something a little more private, not really going out on the town or anything. I'm going to be staying at the Bellagio, so probably just nice. Kind of something around the hotel. And so you're thinking that will cost me about $3,000.
Yeah. So we could either get another place in the Bellagio, or I could hang out with you wherever you're staying. And I know the area pretty well. I know that hotel. I know some fun spots there, and know some of the people who work there. So we could have a good time. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for taking the time to do this and let me know about everything that you offer. I'm going to kind of just think about it, mull it over. And is it okay if I just give you a call back and get back to you of what I'm thinking of doing when I come out?
Yeah, no worries. Take your time, and then let me know if you need anything else from me. I'm around, and hope we're able to hang out and have a good time when you're in Vegas.
This might be a silly question, but I mean, I'm coming out in like a week. Do you have availability in a week, or are you, I guess, kind of booked up right now?
I have availability now, but honestly, you'd probably want to, if you're interested, you should finalize plans in like a day or two. Because I do have people who will be contacting me and some regulars. So I just need to, move my calendar around.
Okay, got it. Well, thank you so much. I'll give you a call back once I figure out what I decide to do.
Yeah, of course. Hope everything goes well, and hope to see you when you're out here. Yeah.
So there you go, Dee. You found out along with the rest of us. What's your first reaction?
Well, I probably should speak because your listeners will think that there's nothing going on in the show, but I don't really know what to say. I'm kind of actually shocked. I don't think I'm proud, but...
How do you feel?
I don't know. I kind of want to cry about it.
Oh.
I think I would let it soak in for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then maybe talk to somebody that, you can talk to. His dad. Are you and Dad still together?
Yeah. No, we're not together.
Okay.
So we're on good terms.
Maybe you can talk to his dad, but I would say definitely talk to somebody who knows all of you, because it is kind of a shocking thing.
Yeah.
I mean, the good thing is he's healthy and he's happy, but at the same time,
he
it's
probably wouldn't leave the lifestyle if he's making money like that and getting gifts. No one's going to want to turn away from that. No, Dad would probably be proud of him.
Oh.
I just got a text message that says, "What's his number?"
Right.
And there's going to be a lot of women who are like, "Oh, that sounds really interesting."
All of a sudden, like trips to Vegas just go skyrocket.
Can you imagine? Like, this guy's overworked. He has to check into a hospital because he's exhausted. But he pulls up in a brand new Porsche.
They have to give him an IV. They're like, this poor man, he's jiggling all over the place. Jiggling.
Oh, my gosh.
Jiggling.
So, I'm serious. I did get a text message a while ago, and I think they might be kidding. But what if they're not? What is his? I'm not going to give out his number because that's not the way it works. But I think that there are people who are interested in finding out a little bit more.
Yeah.
I mean, men have used prostitutes for millennia.
Yeah. For millennia.
For millennials.
Since the caveman
also.
days, they've used prostitutes.
What? So what do you think? I feel a little bit bad for her because she kind of knew, but I think it was absolutely verified.
Yeah, no mom wants to find that out. She'll see the evidence and be like, no, not true, but
I know,
you can't deny it.
It's kind of a situation where you probably prefer to be naive.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely.
You prefer not to know, right?
Yeah.
More text messages. As long as he's being safe, I would be proud. He's basically an entrepreneur running his own business.
Yeah.
Another one, $3,000 in one night. Get it, dude?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Another one says, oh, my God, I live such a sheltered life. I can't believe this. Well, it does happen. We know it happens. And where did he get all this money? Well, it's not from dealing drugs. It's not from being a promoter. It's not from doing something. Well, I mean, is it shady?
Yes and no.
Well, it's kind of a personal choice whether that's shady or not. I would say some people would say it's shady. He doesn't tell his mama, so therefore it's shady.
It's not illegal, though. Is it?
No, not in Vegas.
Okay.
No, that's not true.
What do you mean?
Prostitution is not legal in Las Vegas.
What?
No, it's not. People think that prostitution's legal in Las Vegas. It's legal in the next county, Nye County. That's where they have the Bunny Ranch or whatever it's called.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No,
but...
it's like, and I think up by Reno. So a lot of people think prostitution's legal, but it goes on whether it's legal or not. It goes on here in the Twin Cities, and it's not legal here either. They just figure out a way to get around it. Okay, couple of more text messages. Send Bailey on a trip to investigate.
Got it.
Mail.
He sounded
Where'd she go?
attractive.
Bailey, go.
Hello?
If he's making that much money, he really needs to start saving instead of spending. His looks are not going to last forever, and he's going to have to get a regular job later in life. Well, that's like anybody who's like 24 and gorgeous. Their looks aren't going to last forever, but that doesn't mean that you should not enjoy them while you can. And he didn't buy the top of the, I mean, listen, a BMW 2 Series, I haven't looked it up. I'm going to guess probably $55,000.
Yeah, it's not like he's buying a Cybertruck or something. Aren't those super, like, six figures for those?
She should be proud. He's making wrong money, a lot of money. This text says, I'm in the wrong business. Well, you're ugly.
That's why we all work in radio. We're
No,
not
you got to be attractive. Male prostitutes, these are text messages that I'm reading at KDWB1. They're big for MILFs and single older women. It is a shame for by women, but other countries, older, lonely, single women do it. What other countries? I mean, I'm serious question. What countries do women
apparently
regularly use? Well, yeah, and maybe guys, that's what it is maybe it's women from, a country where it's more open or welcome, like, I don't know, France or Germany or somewhere like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm interested now because Deanna knows if she is going to ask her, because now she knows.
Yeah.
Before it was just suspicions. But like I said, how do you ask somebody that?
Well, do you even ask? I mean, would you even say to your son?
What would you say? You have kids. You're the only one with kids.
Yeah. What if you found out Carson
was a gigolo?
Was a gigolo.
Oh, man. I did not expect that question.
Yeah.
I don't think
what if I found out that Carson was a gigolo?
Because someone texted in saying knowing is one thing, but hearing his pitch is another level. So, like, what if we had called and it would have been Carson on the line and he was the gigolo? And he's like, yeah, well, we can go out and have a good time. And I'd be like, yeah, Carson. And then what?
I don't know. I think I would call him and say, hey, I found out what you're doing. I want you to be careful to just don't take the next. That is a slippery slope. Because I think there are going to be people who want to party and maybe they want you to get drugs. They'd be like, okay, yeah, this woman's coming in from Belgium and she wants you to score some cocaine. You tell her you're not going to score cocaine for her because now you're getting into highly illegal and potentially dangerous stuff. Let's move on. Even though I don't want to. There's so many things to talk about. Anyway, thanks for all the text messages. That is the conclusion of the whole Deanna Gigolo story.
Yes.
And if you missed part of it, go back and listen. Go back in the iHeartRadio app and listen to the podcast. And it is fascinating.
Who doesn't love a good throwback? It's the Throwback Threesome. Turn the radio up on the Dave Ryan Show. Yeah. On KDWB.
Let's go back 10 years on KDWB, where you're never more than 20 minutes away from your shot at Sabrina Carpenter tickets. 10 years ago. Some of these will surprise you that they were this long ago. Big movies 10 years ago, The Equalizer, Gone Girl, and Annabelle was the biggest movie 10 years ago today. Let's go to TV shows. In 2014, the number 3 TV show, Veep, 2, The Originals, and the number 1 TV show from 10 years ago, Prison Break.
That's it. Can I just, look at it for a minute?
And number 1 on the pop charts from 10 years ago. This song, can't believe it was 10 years ago, but it was. It's Meghan Trainor, All About That Bass. Number 1 in 2014 on the Throwback Threesome on KDWB.
Big
Number one song in the Twin Cities from 10 years ago on KDWB, where you're never more than 20 minutes away from your shot at Sabrina Carpenter tickets. Win those in a couple of minutes. Let's do another song on the Throwback Threesome. Let's go back to 15 years ago, 2009. What were you doing in 2009? Right around this time, had you just met the love of your life?
Aww.
Yeah.
Maybe it was 15 years ago you finally met the love of your life.
Maybe.
No, I was drinking my life away in college
That's
in
my girl.
2009.
What were you doing? Let's freshen up your memory. What are you going to say, Vontavious?
I was going to say I was 7, turning 8 years
Ron
old.
doesn't have any memory yet.
Not really, yeah.
No, I was born.
Let's go to the movies. Toy Story re-release was number 3. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs was number 2. Your mom probably took you to see that one, Vaunt. And Zombieland was the number 1 movie.
So good.
I really want to impress Wichita. But it would be in direct violation of Rule 17. Maybe the most important rule of all. Don't be a hero. Why don't you take this one?
Let's go to TV shows. King of the Hill was number 3. Modern Family was number 2 15 years ago. And the greatest television series in the history of television, Breaking Bad, was number 1.
Yeah, it's me again. Listen, kid, you gotta hide those bags. The monkey is in the banana patch. Capiche? So, call me. It's the third message. Where the hell is that kid?
Okay. Number 1 song from 15 years ago today, Kings of Leon. Such a great song. Number 1, Love Somebody. Use Somebody on KDWB. Where you're never more than 20 minutes away from your shot at Sabrina Carpenter tickets. That was the #1 song on this date in 2009.
Good song.
It was a great song, Bailey. Here is the keyword right now, thumbs, THUMBS, thumbs. For another shot to win those tickets, text that into 53921. We do another keyword every 20 minutes. We'll be right back with going back 20 years ago. What was the #1 song 20 years ago? But more importantly, what memories will it bring back? Songs are like a little time capsule of your life. They take you right back to where you were, who you were with, where you were working, where you lived.
Who you were, period.
Who you were. Back in 2004?
Yes.
All right, we're going way back. We'll do it next on KDWB.
101.3 KDWB.
In the past 2 years, she's taken the pop world by storm with hit after hit after hit after hit. Sabrina Carpenter is coming to Target Center on October 14th, and 101.3 KDWB is getting you in the door. In fact, you're never more than 20 minutes away from your shot at winning, with keywords at least every 20 minutes. Get ready to scream, sing with Sabrina Carpenter live.
Every time you breathe is air, just
From the Twin Cities' #1 hit music station.
101.3 KDWB.
If you missed our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
You can now watch the best moments exclusively on Hulu, beginning Monday.
All right, you guys are out for a party, I can tell.
You'll see the biggest festival headliners from around the world assembled on one stage on one show.
This iHeart energy is so incredible. Big Sean, Camila Cabello, Doja Cat, Dua Lipa, Gwen Stefani, Halsey, Hozier, Keith Urban, New Kids on the Block, Paramore, Shabuzi, The Black Crowes, The Weeknd, Thomas Rhett, Victoria Monet, and a special performance by Coldplay's Chris Martin.
Thank you to iHeart and everything for having us.
This is the only time you will see a lineup of superstar performers like this on one stage on one night.
Get louder than ever.
See it all at our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Streaming only on Hulu, beginning Monday.
From the Custom One Exterior Weather Center.
Happy Friday, Junior. Today it's going to be cloudy with a high of 67. Tomorrow, sunny, a high of 70.
This report is sponsored by Sun Country Airlines. We all like to give ourselves a warm weather getaway to look forward to in the winter. Find yours with Sun Country Airlines, thanks to low fares and nonstop flights. Book now at suncountry.com.
Hi, I'm Dave Ryan with a Halloween horror story. What the Zero Res tech pulled out of our carpet was something that we couldn't imagine in our worst nightmares. Seriously, it was like a pile of dog and cat fur and other stuff. Our carpet looked kind of clean. That's why we have it Zero Resified, because it can look clean when it's not. Okay, I'll stop. Get your cleaning heroes out to the house with Zero Res right now. You can get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $129. There's more than just ghosts and goblins hiding in your home. It's in your air ducts. This month takes $75 off your air duct cleaning as well, and that can improve the quality of the air in your home with less dust, lower energy bills, and your home will stay cleaner longer. Call them at 952-0-RES and ask for the KDWB special, or find them online, ZeroResMinnesota.com. Zero Res, spell it backward or forward, it spells the same.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Break up with stinky clothes.
Rinse it out. Every now and then I get a little bit tired of the stinks that just will never come out. Going down in the rinse straight. Every now and then I rinse it out. One wash and it delivers. One wash, it smells so clean. Downy Rinse and Refresh, it's a dream.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Fights odor in just one wash. Guaranteed.
Introducing a completely redesigned Dick's Experience, a reimagined sports destination with an expanded assortment of the latest apparel and footwear styles from Nike, Adidas, Kalia, and the North Face, plus interactive experiences. Perfect your swing with TrackMan golf simulators. Test your skills in our multi-sport cage. Welcome to an entirely new next-generation Dick's. Grand opening weekend, October 25th through 27th at Rosedale Center.
Fall is in full swing at Cub, bursting with fresh and local flavors, crunchy apples, pumpkin spice, everything, and all your cozy favorites that make fall, well, fall. This week, save on USDA Choice Beef Boneless Chuck Shoulder Roast or Steak, now only $4.99 per pound. Get Kemp's Ice Cream, $3.99 each. And Jack-o'-lantern pumpkins are only $5.99 each. MyCub Rewards members save more. Sign up to start earning fuel rewards and exclusive savings at checkout. See store for details.
Grammy, Academy, and Golden Globe Award-winning superstar, Mary J. Blige, live in St. Paul. The For My Fans Tour, live at XL Energy Center, March 16th, with special guests Neo and Mario. Get tickets this Friday at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. The iconic Mary J. Blige for one night only.
Coach for Kids is back for its 39th year.
Donate new or gently used kids and adult coats to any Pilgrim Dry Cleaners 27 locations through October 19th.
And if you want to save hours of time each week, you could let Pilgrim do your laundry.
Visit pilgrimdrycleaners.com for details.
What would it take for my child to only miss half a day of school for treatment?
What would it take to find a cure for childhood cancer?
It would take all of us to come together to support the research. Join us. Go to childrenscancer.org today.
At Fleet Farm, we're serious about offering whatever you need at the best prices guaranteed. Big things, little things, everything. Like Diamond Solar Salt for only $4.79 a bag. Or 25 pounds of black oil sunflower seed for $9.99. And 40 pounds of Litter Delight cat litter is on sale now for just $8.99. As always, if you happen to find it for less, we'll match it. So stock up on everything you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm. All at the best prices guaranteed.
COVID-19 cases are on the rise, and peak flu season is almost here. Save time and get the updated COVID-19 vaccine and your flu shot at the same time at Hy-Vee. Schedule your updated COVID-19 vaccine and flu shot online today, or just stop by any Hy-Vee pharmacy whenever it's convenient for you. No appointment necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. Your Hy-Vee pharmacy is here to help you and your family stay healthy. Some restrictions apply.
I don't feel so good.
You do feel hot. Dayquil Kids will take care of that fever.
What about my cough?
Dayquil Kids has that covered.
Will it make my throat feel better?
Yes, that too.
But will it taste good?
Yep, Dayquil Kids comes in your favorite flavor.
Purple?
Well, yes, it's grape.
Try new Dayquil Kids Plus Fever. The daytime coughing, aching, sore throat fever just for kids medicine. Safe for kids 6+. Use as directed.
Enter for the chance to win prizes from Snickers and M&M's at MarsWrigleyHalloween.com.
From the Quick Trip Traffic Center.
Good morning. We have delays on 694 eastbound from 252 to Central, and westbound it's jammed 35W to East River. Across town, heavy eastbound from Gleason to Valley View, sluggish westbound from 28th Avenue to Penn. 35W with construction delays, northbound from the Burnsville split to McAndrews. I'm Maria Arnold, and that's your latest total traffic.
This report is sponsored by Papa Murphy's.
Papa Murphy's $7.99 everyday value lineup is a big deal for a small price. We're talking a large pizza with new shredded pepperoni, crumbled sausage, or classic cheese for $7.99 each, which means you can afford big-time deliciousness at Papa Murphy's.
Do you ever wonder where your favorite foods come from?
Like, what's the history behind bacon-wrapped hot dogs?
Hi, I'm Eva Longoria.
Hi, I'm Maite Gomez-Rejon. Our podcast, Hungry for History, is back. And this season, we're taking an even bigger bite out of the most delicious food and its history. There's a mention of blood sausage in Homer's Odyssey that dates back to the 9th century BC. BC? Listen to Hungry for History on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart.
Open your free iHeart app and search Hungry for History and start listening.
Does Vaught seem somewhat nicer lately? Maybe it's just me. The Dave Ryan Show on KDWB.
Where you are never more than 20 minutes away from your shot at Sabrina Carpenter tickets. Vaught is getting nicer.
Is he? Says who?
Well, people are noticing this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
When you started dressing like Winnie the Pooh, then we noticed that Okay, maybe he's sweeter now.
Yeah, we need to talk to him about that. You still have to wear pants.
I was never doing that. That was never happening.
Set that up. You spiked it.
I love
Amazing.
it. Okay, we're going to get right back to the Throwback Threesome #1 song from 20 years ago in a second. Bring back those memories from 2004, if you remember 2004. But first, I got something really cool for you. We want to send you to New York City around the holidays to go to the iHeart Jingle Ball. That is the big New York City version of Jingle Ball. So they have all the biggest names.
Can I tell you something?
Oh.
Yeah, please do.
Teddy Swims.
Yes.
Tate McRae.
Yes.
Katy Perry.
Okay.
Benson Boone. Shabuzi, Madison Beer, and more.
Okay.
So big.
Get you in New York City and $1,000. But you do have to play the game. It's a simple game. You go to KDWB.com and you enter a particular keyword. And the keyword changes every hour. So enter it every time you hear one. I know it's like a couple of steps. Just open up your phone, KDWB.com. There will be a box that pops up. You enter this keyword.
101.3 KDWB has your chance to win $1,000 and qualify for a VIP trip to our iHeartRadio Jingle Ball.
Just enter this nationwide keyword on KDWB.com.
Trip. That's trip.
Enter it now at KDWB.com. We wish you luck. We wish you lots of luck in trying to win this. So go do that. Because all it takes is a little bit of luck. And then make sure you answer your phone within the next hour because we will call you from an unknown number. It'll be like an area code from, I don't know, Tuscaloosa or somewhere. I don't know where it's going to come from, but answer that. Even if it's not us, the worst that is going to happen is you're going to get a great deal on your car insurance, okay? That is the worst that's going to happen. Let's go back 20 years ago, back to the Throwback Threesome. Let's go back to the top TV shows from 2004. Number 3, Futurama. Number 2, One Tree Hill. And the number 1 TV show from 20 years ago was 24.
Who's here?
Everyone. We're just waiting for Walsh. I've activated a satellite uplink in case he needs one.
Okay, good. Tony, I need detailed background on everyone on David Palmer's staff now.
Why?
Because I think this is about him and I want us to be prepared.
Let's go to the movies. And number 3, Ladder 49. Saw it. Very forgettable movie. Very forgettable movie. That was number 3. The Grudge, a horror movie.
I did see that.
Was number 2. And Shark Tale was number 1.
Lenny! Where the heck is he? Lenny! Hey, what are you doing? There's a shark slayer out here. You want to be next? Oh, yeah. Lenny!
Okay, let's get to the number 1 song in the Twin Cities 20 years ago. It was 2004. The first week of October, 2004. What were you doing? Who were you with? Do you remember 2004? Vaughn does not. Bailey, Janie, and I do. Maybe you do. Think about where you were in 2004. Who were you with? Where did you work? What were you like and how have you changed? All right, let's get on with it. Number 1 song from 20 years ago today is Usher and Alicia Keys.
There's always that one person.
KDWB, where you're never more than 20 minutes away from your shot at Sabrina Carpenter tickets. That's the number one song from 2004, 20 years ago on the Throwback Threesome. Here is your keyword for now. Carpenter, do it again. I know you've played it before. If you haven't, then let's do it. Enter it at, text it in at KDWB1, 53921. Text us the word Carpenter, and you are in for another pair of Sabrina Carpenter tickets. We'll be right back.
I just won $1,000.
Pay Your Bills is back on 101.3 KDWB with 13 chances every weekday for you to grab $1,000. Plus, you're also in for a VIP trip to our iHeartRadio Jingle Ball presented by Capital One in New York City.
The biggest holiday party of the year. Jingle Ball!
Keep listening to KDWB and on the free iHeartRadio app for the keywords that can instantly win you $1,000 and a shot at a trip to our iHeartRadio Jingle Ball presented by Capital One in New York.
Hey, it's Jenny. Get ready for a hauntingly good time at your neighborhood Goodwill. Find spooky Halloween decor and creative costumes starting at just $1.99. Thousands of new items are added daily. Your sustainable shopping helps Goodwill connect people to jobs in our community. Visit GESMN.org to find your nearest Goodwill. That's GESMN.org.
From the Custom One Exterior Weather Center.
Happy Friday, Junior. Today it's going to be cloudy with a high of 67. Tomorrow, sunny, a high of 70.
This report is sponsored by Valley Scare. Valley Scare is back from the dead. Select Saturday and Sunday night, September 21st through October 26th. Haunted mazes, jump scares, and monsters await you. Plus, you can scream on your favorite Valley Fair thrill rides in the dark. Fear is waiting for you. Visit valleyscare.com.
This weekend only, the ultimate brick building experience is coming. Brickfest Live. Over 1 million bricks are on display and ready for play. Hands-on building activities for kids of all ages, including Brickfest Derby, Creation Station, and the Glow Zone. Meet contestants from the Lego Masters TV show and shop for hard-to-find merchandise only at Brickfest Live. This weekend only at Minneapolis Convention Center. Reserve your tickets now at brickfestlive.com. Save 20% using promo code SAVE20.
Colgate's Bright Smiles, Bright Futures program and Target have teamed up to offer the great city of Minneapolis free mobile dental screenings for children under 12 this week. The program will be on site at Target locations in Crystal, Brooklyn Park, and Minneapolis Lake Street between October 10th and 12th to provide screenings and treatment referrals. After the screening, children will take home learning materials, Colgate's kids toothpaste and toothbrush, and brushing instructions to help build healthy habits at home. So visit iHeartRadio.com/Colgates today to find out what time and where the screenings will be held in your area.
You've researched the vehicles. Now it's time for the exciting part, the test drive. But visiting multiple dealerships can be a hassle. That's why Maury's Auto Group is bringing you Drive to Compare, an event that makes car shopping easier. Compare all the best midsize SUVs side by side in one place at Dunwoody College on Saturday, October 12th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We'll also have kids' activities and tasty treats on site to make it a truly convenient and fun experience. Visit drive2compare.com for more info. That's drive, the number 2, compare.com. See you on October 12th.
Today, we are talking about the growing trend of frustrated singles breaking up with dating apps.
Hey, single people, why are you still swiping? It's time to start meeting real people in real life. It's time to join Events and Adventures. It's not a dating app. Events and Adventures is an activities club for singles that plans and hosts over 30 events each month right in your area. We're talking about almost anything you can think of, from wine tastings to skydiving, from dance classes to bucket list adventures. You're going to do it all with other single people just like you. You'll meet other singles in real life without having to worry about getting ghosted, receiving strange messages, or awkward first dates. Joining Events and Adventures is for single people serious about having fun. If you want to enrich your life with wonderful people and amazing experiences, and perhaps meet someone special, then now is the time to join Events and Adventures. So come join us and get started living a life you love at eventsandadventures.com.
And Doug.
Customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual. After that, you can also save me, as I'm currently hanging from the edge of a cliff. To recap, number 1, customize and save. Number 2, time allowing, save me. Shoulders separating!
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com. Savings may vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Liberty, liberty, liberty. Liberty, liberty.
I've been lucky enough to never have been injured in a car accident. I've been in a couple of car accidents, just never been injured. If I was injured, I would call Nicolay Law right away because they're going to help you understand the process and then make sure your medical bills are getting paid. And one of my favorite parts is they're going to stop those insurance companies from harassing you because if you've ever been in an accident, you know that insurance company is coming after you real quick, and it's pretty hard to understand what they're asking you to pay for. Give them a call today at 1-855-NICOLAY. It's 1-855-NICOLET. Or visit their website at nicolaylaw.com.
I've been told I'm made up, that dragons are nothing more than a myth. Unicorns and mer people, too. Believe what you want about us. But your recycled items becoming new products is no myth. Recycled paper and cardboard get made into new cereal and cracker boxes at a paper mill in St. Paul. While recycled food cans are made into new products like wire and parts for cars and appliances. Recycling exists. Learn the real story behind recycling at recyclingexist.com.
It's time to review the top 3 highlights of the day. I'm joined as always by my co-anchor Snoop.
Hey, what up, though?
Snoop, number 1 has to be getting the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence at T-Mobile.
Yeah, you should hustle down to T-Mobile like a dog chasing a squirrel chasing a nut.
Nice analogy, Snoop. Dogs do love to chase squirrels.
And squirrels love to chase those nuts.
On to highlight number 2. At T-Mobile, families can save 20% every month versus the other big guys.
That is very impressive. You know, y'all can take some of those savings and buy some Snoop merchandise.
That's exactly what I'm planning on doing with my savings, Snoop. Now, take it away, Snoop.
Head to T-Mobile.com and get the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on them. Now drop that jingle.
With 24 monthly bill credits, eligible trade-in on Go 5G Next. Well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 connection charge. Cancel entire account before receiving 24 bill credits, and credit stop and balance on required finance agreement too. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See how you can save versus the other big guys at T-Mobile.com/switch. Apple Intelligence coming fall 2024.
A Gain Scent Bead story. Jim was at the laundromat when he heard his ear said Maraca, senor, but his nose said, hey, freshest scent ever. Following his nose, Jim found a man pouring a bottle of Gain Scent Beads into the washer. The scent, the freshness. Jim blurted, sir, your scent Maraca smell amazing. Actually, Jim, most noses call them Gain Scent Beads. Try Gain Scent Beads. Way fresher than detergent alone.
DIY Slime. Spooky characters and thrills every ride at Nickelodeon Boo Universe. Visit NickelodeonUniverse.com.
From the Quick Trip Traffic Center.
On 35W, traffic heavy northbound from the Burnsville split to County Road 42 due to construction. 35W slow northbound from 36th Street to 94. Highway 169 with an accident northbound at Pioneer Trail in the left lane. Traffic solid from Highway 21. Highway 36 slow westbound Lexington to Snelling. I'm Maria Arnold, and that's your latest total traffic.
This report is sponsored by Colgate.
Every smile tells a story. Colgate Bright Smiles, Bright Futures is helping kids around Minneapolis shine brighter. For more information, head to iHeartRadio.com/Colgate to find free mobile dental screenings this month at select Target locations.
101.3 KDWB.
You can't make this stuff up. 2, 3, 4.
On KDWB, where you're never more than 20 minutes away from your shot at Sabrina Carpenter tickets. Baby names. They're making predictions for the big baby names of the coming year of 2025. And I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there that there's a lot of parents that really want to go with an esoteric, weird kind of a name that is a trend right now. So I'm going to give you some like fast fashion names.
Okay,
like
fast fashion names.
Luxton, Kindry, Jetson, Zariah, Wilder, Skylin.
Wilder's kind of cool.
Seven. Navali, SEVYN.
Oh, because they got to be unique.
Of course.
Yeah.
And I think that's, you know what, I just posted on Facebook because I'm curious if you have an unusual name or an unusual spelling, what's the good and bad about it? So, for example, if your name is Hollyn, Hollyn, do you love it because it's unusual, or do you get tired of, like, what is it again? Holly? No, Hollyn. And how do you spell it? Hollin? No, do you get tired of that?
I bet it gets obnoxious after a while.
I bet it does.
Kind of like if you're tall and someone's like, wow, what's the weather like up there? You're like, Jesus criminy.
It's a good bit. I always say, can you dunk? It's a funny bit. So let's move on to some other names that are a little bit more, interesting.
Okay.
Literal baby names like Cub, Dolly, Georgia, Blossom, and Astro. None of those appeal to you?
No. Imagine
Oh, I like
my kid-
Dolly.
Blossom Leak. That just sounds so
Blossom
strange.
Leak.
Let's move on to kind of country rebrand names. Now, these are ones that you would like, like a hillbilly, like somebody from Litchfield might have a name like this.
Yeah.
Huck, Lou. Why are you guys laughing at Huck? I think it's a great name.
It's the long pause after Huck.
Huck, I'm trying to get a reaction. Clover, Abner.
Abner. I like Abner.
Hiram. That's funny because Hiram used to
Not
work here.
Hiram.
He died in a bowling accident.
What?
Oh, I didn't know that's how he passed.
He died in a
R.I.P.
bowling accident.
Rip.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Poor
Well, he forgot to
Hiram.
let go of the ball.
yeah.
Wow.
And then
It happened
to
with
the
him.
best.
He got sucked into the pin setter, and he came down in 10 pieces.
Did he at least get a strike?
I made that up off the top
I
of my
was going
head.
to say, good job. I
Yeah,
liked it,
off the
though.
top
I
of my
believe
head.
it.
Came down in 10. Safe haven names. Now, these are ones that that I don't know what, but basically, here we go.
Tried and true.
Kind of Bliss, Concord, Dove, Pax, PAX, Oasis.
Oasis. I don't like that one.
Let's do landscape names. Now, these are
Okay.
kind of cool. These are named after landscapes. For example, Acre. Imagine a little baby named Canyon. Cloud, Cove, Dune, Field, Creek,
Field. Hey, Field, come over
Marsh,
here.
Peak, Hess.
No.
Peak Leak.
Though I do
Peak Leak.
Peak Leak. I do have a cousin named Marsh, but it's, short for Marshall.
Slate, Tide, Trail, Stone.
God.
Do any of these
Trail?
appeal to you?
I kind
No.
of liked Cloud. Not
Okay.
going to lie. I did kind of like that one.
Cloud Lutenberger.
Cloud.
You're right. It
God.
has no ring to it if it
No.
has my last name
Cloud
attached to it.
Lutenberger.
We almost named Carson Forrest. But then everybody said, no, people are going to say, run, Forrest, run. And I said,
Yeah.
no, his generation's not going to know Forrest Gump.
Yeah, I
Not
guess.
really.
I wouldn't.
Let's do a couple of more. These are
Okay.
otherworldly names.
Okay.
Cosmo, Ember, Indigo, Haze, Journey. So basically, this is it is nameberry.com. You can go in there
Yeah.
and find yourself, nameberry.com. And they're predicting baby trends for next year.
Dave, can I give you the list of my names that I have on a note app on my phone?
What are
me?
the names
babies?
for your
babies.
babies?
Yeah, for
your
all of
babies.
the children that I'm going to have.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, my favorite name of all time, Albert. Love it. Call him
Okay.
Bert. Love it. I got Otis, Enid, Irene, Eloise, Abeline,
Bailey's gonna give birth to a bunch of elderly kids.
Jameson, Truman, Imogene. I like hard vowels. I like big, long vowels. Like
Okay.
Albert, Edie, Enid,
Okay.
Irene, Eloise.
Well,
There's a lot of
I think that's very cool that you're making
Thank you.
a list of potential
I have
baby names.
I have about 30 of them.
Okay.
You know,
Well-
you never know.
There's some text that came in too about people who name their kids different spellings.
Yeah.
So it says, I have a Braden, Bryson, Braxton, and Brennan, and it's spelled all with like Y's and N's and whatever. And she
Okay.
says, I messed them boys up for life.
You
LOL.
did.
But I am definitely proud of their names and spellings.
I think that, I don't know. I mean, I've got a very basic, dull name. So nobody ever comments on it. Nobody ever said, David? What, David?
How do you spell that?
What is that? This guy's named David. We're talking about baby name predictions for next year from nameberry.com. Let's go with, they're going back in the family and saying, let's find a nice traditional name.
Nice.
But I will tell you that they say that certain names are never going to come back, like Ethel and Isidore. They're a little bit too crusty.
Man, those are on my list.
Ethel and Isidore. But here's some that are, predicted to be big next year. Gilbert, Harold, Helen, Howard, Joan, Lois, Mildred. Mildred's a little too crusty.
Yeah, I think that one's going to be gone forever. Mildred.
Oswald is a cute name.
That's on my list.
Vernon, Wilbur. I'm going to say no, because that's the pig in Charlotte's Web.
Yeah.
And I think Wilbur the pig will still be read in another 20 or 30 years.
Absolutely.
Like, oh, Wilbur the pig, where's Charlotte? That type of thing. And then Gen Z names. And these are ones with a bunch of Z's in them. Azara, Hamza, Enzo, Azriel, Ezra, Zyla, Zephyr.
Zephyr's cool.
There's a bunch of these, and like I said, go online because it's so cool. I mean, naming a baby is one of the biggest privileges you'll ever get. Don't blow it.
Yeah.
What was your almost name, Dave?
Enel.
Stop it.
Was it really?
No, it
Anal.
wasn't.
But instead, they named your cousin that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a cousin named Enel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jenny, what about you?
I love Enel. I mean, it's not that I get a chance to encounter Enel very often, but when I do encounter Enel, I love Enel.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I've never encountered Enel.
But I will tell you this one. You've never encountered Enel? I would like you to encounter Enel. But here's the thing. You got to be ready when you're going to meet Enel.
Right.
You got to
mentally prepare.
Well, you
and
got to
physically.
You got to but you also got to loosen up a little bit.
You didn't
know
tell
what I
me
mean?
that before meeting Enel.
I didn't
So
tell
I
you that you had
didn't
to loosen
know.
up? Yeah.
No.
And you got to have some sort of like, I don't know, a liquid, like like a couple of drinks or whatever to kind of lubricate up a little bit.
Jenny, was it rough when you met Enel?
A little bit,
Since you
yeah.
didn't-
It was kind of rough. I wasn't really expecting certain things, but yeah, it was an unexpected interaction.
Was he mean?
He wasn't mean. It was unexpected. It was kind of like
he was
like
jarring.
He walked in the door, but he walked in the wrong door.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he was, and he's also very sensitive.
Yeah.
And after you meet Enel, it'll stay with you
You
for
made
a
him
couple of
cry.
days. For a couple of days, yeah.
Wow.
It's a rough situation all around.
Have we done every Enel joke possible?
No,
I think
actually,
so.
I heard when Jenny met your cousin Enel, she couldn't walk for days. She couldn't walk right.
It was weird. I wasn't really expecting that, but it was, I'm never going to meet Enel again, so it's fine.
Your loss.
Ever?
There's a lot of people
Not even
love
at the
meeting Enel.
reunion?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
Some people
I have
actually
to be
prefer.
really desperate.
They prefer Enel over his sister.
Yep.
Go ahead.
No,
Finish
no.
it.
It's a sister.
Finish it. We're here.
What's his sister's name?
Willow.
Willow.
Yep. Well, that's her middle name.
Oh. What's her first name?
Dave.
That's her first.
Say it one more time. I didn't hear you.
Is that the Pop Rocks again that we're
Pop,
bringing back from earlier?
Her middle name is Willow.
Oh.
First name is.
Well, you have to explain it to me off air.
I don't think I do, really, Bailey. You're not that stupid.
I don't
mean, you're
get it.
stupid,
I don't
but
know
you're
what
not
you're
that
talking
stupid.
about.
It's KDWB, where you're never more than 20 minutes away from Enel. No, that's not true. From Sabrina Carpenter tickets. KDWB.
project.
Yes.
Dave's Dirt on KDWB.
Okay. KDWB, where you're never more than 20 minutes away from your shot at Sabrina Carpenter tickets. A lot of comments on, we discussed Cousin Enel a little while ago. I have a Cousin Enel.
Yeah.
And some people like Enel and some people don't like Enel. But we had a lot of comments on Cousin Enel. This says, via text, it says, that's why you've got a Marconi 2 times, Dave. Another one, I thought Enel's sister was Virginia. Well, that's her other sister, his other sister. That was wonderfully inappropriate. You all have derailed. Y'all are wild this morning, LMAO. And
sometimes Cousin Enel's a sore subject. What can you say? What can I say?
All right, let's get serious now, you guys. Dave's Dirt is brought to you proudly by Nicolay Law Offices.
Sure is.
Why not? This is Bowen Yang's SNL impression of Charlie XCX. I don't know what it sounds like, but I'm curious like you are.
Whatever. Hi, it's me, 365 Party Girl Charlie XCX. This is my talk show where we talk about whatever I'm on about.
How that made the Dirt audio, I don't really know, but
I think it's because Charlie XCX, I tweeted and said, oh, that was a good impression of me. So just commended him for it.
Okay, gotcha. Mariah Carey says it's too early for Christmas music. Here's a little bit of Mariah Carey.
This is your captain speaking. Welcome aboard, Mariah. We are headed to the North Pole.
Not yet. Sorry.
Is it too early? There's Halloween decorations going up in my neighborhood, and I'm all for it. I love it. I'm not a big Halloween person, but I did go down to Target a couple of years ago. I don't know if you remember. I bought a life-size scarecrow that plays the ukulele.
Cute.
I forgot to put it up last year.
Oh, I know. I reminded you. I said, did you ever put that up? And you were like, I don't even know if I know where it is.
It's down in the storage room behind the door, so I need to put it up.
But you're going to do it, though?
Oh, yeah.
You have to.
Oh, yeah.
There's like a really cool Halloween thing that's happening at McDonald's coming up soon that I'm excited about.
Okay, tell me about this.
So on October 15th, for a limited time, Boo Buckets are coming back in Happy Meals. So instead of giving you the little like square thing, they give you the bucket that's like,
trick-or-treating?
Well, yeah, I mean, you can use them for trick-or-treating. They just, like, put your food in them, but it's it's weird to say vintage, but it's like a vintage thing now because it was big in the 90s, but they're going to have them on October 15th, and I low-key want to get all of them because they have them in white, orange, green, and blue with little monster faces on the little bucket.
Oh, that's really cool.
Cute. That's a hot story, you guys.
Well, here's another hot story, and this is a McDonald's-related story.
Whoa.
I don't know what it means, but it's a friend of mine sent it to me yesterday. It says, new things ahead. Don't be mad if your next Big Mac is different. Coming to the menu soon. Save the drop date. And it's not actually a link. But if you work for McDonald's or at McDonald's, or maybe you know something about it, don't be mad if your next Big Mac is different. It has been unchanged since the creation of the Big Mac. I'm going to say they created it in probably 1972.
Sure. God, really?
Yeah.
I wonder what's wrong with that. I wonder if they're just going to make it like green or orange for Halloween.
That might be it.
Can I tell you more fast food news?
Yes.
Please.
On the opposite side of the spectrum, Wendy's just rolled out. It's the 25th anniversary of SpongeBob, so it's a Krabby Patty collab. They're making literal Krabby Patties, and I crapped on these like a couple of months ago with my boys, but they roll out Tuesday, and I saw a picture, and it actually does look pretty good. So you get a burger, which looks like a Krabby Patty, a Frosty, which they're calling a pineapple under the sea Frosty. It's a vanilla Frosty, but it's yellow, so it looks like, I guess, SpongeBob. And I'm excited for it.
It looked really good.
Did you
I
see
went
the
to
pictures?
Wendy's yesterday, too, Vaughn, and I ate a Frosty in your honor.
Was it vanilla or chocolate?
No, it was chocolate. And when I ordered it, I said, 2 Frosties, please. And they gave me chocolate because that's what the flavor is.
That's what a Frosty is. We had a big discussion on this. The default flavor of a Frosty is chocolate. Yes.
Yep, it's the original.
And I have some news for you, too, about Holiday Station stores.
Yeah?
Where you can buy 2 Gatorades and get 1 free right now. So there's your deal of the day at Holiday.
Buy 2 and get 1 free?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
What a sweet flavor. Wow. Quench your thirst at Holiday.
I have something interesting myself, I guess, and that is Sabrina Carpenter is unapologetic about the way she dresses on stage. She's in the Time Magazine annual 100 Next issue of Most Influential Rising Stars. She wore a Victoria's Secret outfit for the cover photo shoot inside, and she responded to people that expressed concern that what she wears on stage is provocative and inappropriate for the 14-year-old girls that might show up. Her short and sweet tour shows are fun and flirty. She said, I've always embraced femininity. That means corsets and garter belts and Victoria's Secret bodysuits. However, she admitted I get an occasional mother that has a strong opinion on how I should be dressing. To that I say, don't come to the show. I'm really glad that she's doing her own thing because I think Jax did that song that I'd never liked, Victoria's Secret, which blamed lingerie on men. It was like, men created lingerie and they're all horrible people. And it's like, wait a second. I think some women like to look feminine and wear lingerie.
Why not?
So I'm glad that she didn't listen to Jax.
But also, everything that Sabrina Carpenter wears on her tour, I wouldn't say that she's like scandalously wearing lingerie on stage. Everything is like glittery. It feels like a circus costume to me.
No, I kind of get it. Yeah, not that I really pay a whole lot of attention. I'm still captivated by you and Vaughn's impression of Sabrina Carpenter on Instagram the other day. Captivated. Remember, you're never more than 20 minutes away from your shot at Sabrina Carpenter tickets. I don't know if you've heard us say that or not.
Like once, maybe.
Can we do our ticket, our keyword?
Let's do another keyword because, we're running a little bit late for that keyword. It is please, as in please, please, please. You're welcome.
Oh, thank you. That was Sabrina right there.
Yep. Go ahead and text that in to KDWB 153921, and you're then qualified for another pair of her tickets coming up for her show, Target Center, on October 14th. You were going to give us another pop star information, Vaughn, about Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah, I'm excited about this, too. She has she's been doing the Guts World Tour this year, and now they're making it a Netflix special. I saw it when she was here at Excel in March, and it was so good. So, Olivia's a good performer. She did this thing where she was floating on the moon, and then obviously not the real moon. The 29th of October, you can see the Guts World Tour on Netflix.
Okay, very cool.
We got some texting about the Big Mac change.
Yeah, tell me what it is.
It says it's going to be a chicken patty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But they'll still have the regular Big Mac there, don't you think?
Probably.
It'll be a Big Mac
Oh my
chicken
gosh,
Big Mac.
there will be protests if the Big Mac just goes away and it's only a chicken patty
They'll
now.
have the Big Mac, the original, and then they'll have the chicken Big Mac, like the vanilla frosty.
I have a question. Is it that just a McChicken?
No, because this has got the Big Mac stuff with it.
Two all-beef patty special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
Now
but with
put
chicken
in there instead of.
Two all chicken patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
Bada bing, bada boom,
If
buddy.
McDonald's were really smart, they would do what Coca-Cola did when they got rid of regular Coke and replaced it with new Coke, and the world was in an uproar. If McDonald's said, we're Big Mac retiring forever, it's going to be the Chicken Mac.
Yeah.
And people were like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
Then they brought it back, and then people would be like, bless your soul.
Yeah,
exactly.
it would make McDonald's the topic of conversation in every home. Every single home.
Let's get rid of somebody on the show and then say they're going away forever, and then maybe people will talk about us.
Ooh. Okay, then it has to be you.
Let's get rid of me.
All right.
I'm down.
Bye.
And then,
but I get to come back.
Oh.
Not yet, though.
It'll be weird, though, because the show will be rebranded.
That quick?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've already been working on like a plan for the last 5 years.
5 years?
So people might ask for you back, but pretty quickly you'll be forgotten.
Forgotten?
And this will be playing constantly.
Oh, wow. What?
She's just my favorite because she's so inspiring.
101.3.
Come on.
It took about 3 weeks for people to forget about Drake. Nobody ever brings up Drake anymore. Well, it's true.
Someone texted yesterday, bring back Drake.
Well, they did because Vaught was doing something stupid.
Oh, well, yeah.
It took about 3 weeks for people to forget about Drake.
Who? I'm kidding.
And now, if I were to leave, take about 3 minutes for people to forget about me.
I've already forgotten about you. What's your name?
You suck. We'll be right back. If you missed War of the Roses, it is a spicy one. She sees a picture of him on his iPad, and he's got something in this photo that makes her go, what is that? And who took that picture? We'll get to the bottom of it, literally, coming up. I am Dave Ryan with a Halloween horror story. What the zero